You're listening to a Life in Quebec podcast. For more, visit lifeinquebec.com.
Hi, I'm Rosanna Haratunian, and this is a Life in Quebec podcast. The article I'm about to read is called Second Chances. It was written by Jacqueline Smith. The article first appeared in the March 2014 issue of Life in Quebec magazine. So here it is. Everyone deserves a second chance. This old adage is often cited but rarely practiced when it comes to former inmates seeking to be reintegrated into the job market after serving their sentences. Criminality is heavily stigmatized in our society and can seriously prevent former inmates from finding work after serving their sentence, regardless of the nature of their offense or its gravity. Often, a guilty verdict not only condemns a person to prison, but also to a life of precarious employment and poverty. In the past few years, new legislation concerning minimal sentencing and mandatory fines for offenders has stirred much controversy. Criminologists state that crime rates have been falling for years due to programs focused on rehabilitation and social reintegration, and that enforcing minimal sentencing will simply create more criminals by redefining the term. This can be problematic because forced minimal sentencing means that judges have little to no discretion in assigning criminal records to people for petty crimes, misdemeanors, and first offenses. It means that a driver who is an ordinary law-abiding citizen who had one drink too many at a Christmas party could have a criminal record that could block him from getting a job for the rest of his life. Even though Article 18.2 of the Quebec Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms states, no one may dismiss, refuse to hire, or otherwise penalize a person in his employment owing to the mere fact that he was convicted of a penal or criminal offense, if the offense was in no way connected to the employment, or if the person has obtained a pardon for the offense, people with criminal records are regularly refused employment or dismissed even before the employer learns about the nature of the offense. Despite the illegality, it is rare that the decision will be contested. The former inmate is often too devastated by the loss of his job and too discouraged by the court system to find the strength to fight a battle of wrongful dismissal. Life in Quebec magazine spoke to the Quebec-based not-for-profit organization La Jonction about some of the issues people with criminal records face when trying to reintegrate into the labor market. Life in Quebec. What does La Jonction do? Jonction. We help people with criminal records reintegrate into the job market by providing job-seeking workshops, internet lessons, personal development workshops, and resume counseling. Life in Quebec. How many clients do you have per month? Jonction. We have approximately 20 clients per month at our 4 points of service, 2 of which are in detention centers. Life in Quebec. What are some of the biggest challenges your clients face when looking for a job? Jonction. It has been much more difficult to find a job with a criminal record in the past 10 years. New laws and regulations allow employers to inquire about criminal records and fire people just for having one, even if they are good employees and their offense has nothing to do with their job. Oftentimes, things like housing or poverty are a major challenge to finding a job. Sometimes people get out of prison and have no place to go and no money to find a place to live. Employers are hesitant to hire someone with no fixed address. Also, often our clients do not have a large wardrobe and show up to interviews not looking too clean-cut, which is a big deterrent for employers. Most of our clients have self-esteem issues. They have trouble selling themselves in an interview, or they have poor social skills and don't really know what to say. These things come into play once they find a job as well. Maintaining a job is often more difficult for our clients than finding one. Sometimes they don't understand things that seem obvious to someone who has worked for a long time, like the importance to show up on time or to shower and shave. It is important for employers taking on this type of client to be very precise about these kinds of things, because it is not a question of bad behavior as much as it is about just not knowing the social norms. Life in Quebec. What would you say are some myths about people with criminal records? Jonction. Many employers think immediately that a criminal record means that the person is dangerous or a thief. This is usually not the case. Most of our clients are quite timid and shy. Finding a job and working is usually a huge source of pride for them, and they are usually very hard workers. Another myth is that people with criminal records will have a tattoo on their face or have a rough-looking image. This is not true. Many of our clients are very good-looking and clean up nicely once they get the chance. Our advice to employers is to give our clients a chance and see the positive side of the person. For example, some people who have excessive personalities excel at repetitive tasks, like working in a factory, but don't have the ability to multitask well. Other people have just made mistakes in their life, or have an addiction problem that led to impaired driving or other poor decisions, but are great all-around workers. Life in Quebec. Do you have many success stories? Jonction. We have quite a few. Some of our clients are really not ready to go into the labor market and really don't make the effort. Some of our clients try hard and really want to work. What it comes down to is if the person is ready to deal with the demands of work or not. But there are a lot of clients who will come to us with an idea or a hope that they can get a job or even a career after spending some time in prison. We have had clients go on to university and become social workers or human relations officers. We have had clients who become mechanics or work in trades or healthcare and really make careers for themselves. A lot of our clients, however, find gratification in working in restaurants, hotels, maintenance services, or manual labor jobs. Finding a job and working hard at it is sometimes the best therapy or rehabilitation possible. It gives our clients a sense of belonging and self-esteem. It gives them a second chance.
Thank you for listening to the Life in Quebec podcast. For more news, commentary, editorials, and opinion, visit lifeinquebec.com/podcast.